Yeah, it was very refreshing, very different, very more human and casual in IndyCar, which was good after doing 10 years in Formula One. I love my time in Formula One, but you got to 10 years in the same job is a long time. So even though it's a passion, I just felt like something new would be great, and really enjoyed coming to IndyCar, having a lot of fun, and excited to know that every time we go to a race, I've got a chance to win it.
Welcome back to the Track Limits podcast. I'm your host, Swish, with my co-host, Henny. We're here in Toronto at the Honda Indy Toronto race with a very special guest, an individual that's raced in multiple categories, including Indy now. He's known as the Phoenix, Romain Grosjean. Welcome.
Welcome.
Yeah, hi, thank you.
How are you?
Good, thank you.
Yeah, how are you seeing Toronto?
That's a great city.
Yeah.
I mean, my wife lived here for 6 months, 21 years ago.
Okay.
She really enjoyed it. So we went with the family and did quite a bit of stuff around, and got lucky with the weather. So
yes.
all good.
Amazing. Well, throughout the podcast, what we want to do is ask a few general questions, then get into a rapid fire round to end things off. But I think the first question we want to ask, I mean, a lot of people know about your racing career in terms of some of the stuff that's been documented throughout. I'm more curious, just personally, tell us a little bit about what do you do outside of racing? What are some of your hobbies during the off season? What really is getting you captivated and interested right now off the track?
Yeah, I'm someone that lives 100%, so I'm always worried to get bored.
Mm-hmm.
So I always learn new stuff. End of 2022 season, I learned to fly airplanes and did my pilot license. Now I fly my plane pretty much everywhere. I'm always looking at the new challenge, new things to do. I love activities. I love cycling. I love kite surfing. Love cooking when I got time.
Yeah.
Just picked up golf.
Oh, let's go.
Most frustrating sport in the world, don't you agree?
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's very, very annoying. But for one good ball, you play the 90. Next one pretty bad. Yeah. But for the one that comes on 91st, then you go again.
I love it.
But yeah, just challenge myself and see how far I can go.
Yeah. And what was that transition like for you out of F1 and Esports and just coming into Indy? What was that experience like for you?
It was very refreshing, very different, very more human and casual in IndyCar, which was good after doing 10 years in Formula One. I love my time in Formula One, but you got to 10 years in the same job is a long time. So even though it's a passion, I just felt like something new would be great, and really enjoyed coming to IndyCar, having a lot of fun, and excited to know that every time we go to a race, I've got a chance to win it.
Yeah. And in terms of technical aspects, for people that are new to the sport, what does that change like in terms of the car difference?
Yeah, I mean, the IndyCar is 30 years behind technology-wise, right? But we don't want to push it because they're not cheap, but they're not too expensive to run. The racing action is probably one of the best around the world on
definitely.
track. We all have the same car, so there's no point of trying to build something better than the others. And they just more, you keep more your hands on the steering wheel, focusing about your driving rather than changing switches.
Yeah.
And the cars, I mean, not a lot of people know this, but the cars go faster in a straight line. I mean, it's incredible, especially at the Indy 500, seeing how fast you guys are going.
Yeah, we have the fastest car on the planet in terms of top speed. Obviously, if you put them side by side on a racetrack, Formula One's going to go faster. But yeah, they're really made for different type of circuit. IndyCar, we can race in Toronto, which is bumpy, and it's there's a lot of different tarmacs.
every day.
And a Formula One car wouldn't last three laps of breaking down, and they wouldn't work well, whereas IndyCar works well. But then you bring an IndyCar to a place like Suzuka in Japan, and it just wouldn't be good because it's not made for it. So I think they both have their circuits and their strengths and their weakness.
And then how do you prepare mentally and physically, I'm curious, for a race weekend? I know everyone has their own superstitions, rituals. Like, do you have any?
No, not really. I just have routines that I do on race day. Was the same thing, but before the weekend, you do your training program, and then a couple of days before you stop and you charge your batteries and you get ready to spend a lot of energy in the car, outside the car, in the debrief, with the fans, being around for long days. So before a couple of days before, I just try to chill out and get some good sleep and some good food and get ready for the weekend.
Nice. And what's your current goal for this year? What's the outcome that you want to achieve?
Wins.
Yeah.
I think we've been close very many times and never really come out west. So it'd be good to get some wins. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know safety now in motorsport has become a big trending topic. Do you feel like Indy, in terms of protection for drivers, do you think we're moving down the right step on that? I know a lot of people talk about Formula racing and some of the steps they've taken, but what about Indy when it comes to safety?
I think motorsport in that aspect is all united. There's no Formula 1, IndyCar, go-kart. It's all in the same boat, and it's all improving. Obviously, on ovals, we've got a safety wall that are pretty amazing. For the hits we take, it's not that bad. Formula 1 has brought some really good technology as well into the safety side of it. So really, everyone is sharing and working in the same direction to, it's still a dangerous sport, but to make it safer for everyone.
Yeah, and on the fun side, you got into the sim world, and you also launched a team. How was that experience like? And what's the difference between sim racing and real racing?
Can we join? No.
Yeah, man, it is surprisingly close. Not in terms of driving. It's a simulator. It's great, but it's still not gonna give you the feeling from driving a car. But in terms of the way the structure, the REG Esports is, we have got a marketing manager, we've got a team manager, we've got engineers, we've got drivers coaches, and we are Olympic champion with a French driver a few weeks ago. That was pretty good. We've been world champion on ESL R1 Rain Sport. We've been doing really well, but the way the organization works, it's very much like a real racing team.
Yeah. Wow.
Incredible.
That's amazing.
And the last question before we get into the rapid fire round, if there's one regulation change that you would institute for Indy, I'm curious what that would be. You could change one thing. What would it be?
Or introduce a new thing.
I think we're doing pretty good. I would review the blue flag rules because they're a bit annoying, and I lost a few races due to blue flags already. So that's probably the one I would change.
Well, there you go. He said it.
Rapid fire round coming up. Welcome back to the Track Limits podcast. We are now getting into the rapid fire round with Romain. How you feeling? Feeling nervous, maybe?
Yeah, maybe. No, that's it.
All right, well, first question. If you had to choose one track to drive on for the rest of your life, you could only drive on this track, what would it be?
Suzuka in Japan.
Oh, that's our favorite too on the sim.
Yeah.
If you had to choose a completely different sport, what would it be?
Tennis.
Oh,
Are you watching Wimbledon, by the way?
I do watch tennis, and I play quite a bit of tennis, and I kick Celio Castroneves' butts on tennis, which I was quite happy with. But I love playing with Celio.
I love it. What's the funniest or most embarrassing moment you've had in a race weekend? Can you remember something that just made you chuckle?
Yeah, I mean, there's been few. In 2004, I stopped one lap before the end of the race, thinking it was finished.
Oh no,
that's pretty bad.
Yeah.
I think we have done that once in
karting.
karting.
We were like, oh, it's
over.
over.
I saw the white flag and I was like, oh, it's over, and I just stopped the car.
I'm like, Henny, why are you slowing down?
Yeah, everyone's passing. Oh, I hate it. What's one piece of memorabilia that you would like to own or currently own?
You know what? A Michael Jordan T-shirt.
Oh, signed, autograph?
Yes.
Yeah, well, that'd be great. If you could have one superpower, what would it be?
Being invisible.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
where would you go?
Yeah. You drive the car. Could you imagine there's no one in there?
Yeah.
If you can switch lives with anyone in the world, who would it be and what would you do?
Switch lives?
Lives with somebody else.
Oh, switch lives with somebody else.
Yeah.
I'm quite happy with my life, honestly.
Nice.
I think I'm really happy where I am. But
not Michael Jordan?
I mean, I admire a lot of great champions, Roger Federer and that, Rafa Nadal, and Michael Jordan. I can't find the name since yesterday. The guy created Nike. Phil Knight.
Phil Knight.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Phil Knight. Those guys that had an idea and brought it to life, that would be cool.
Amazing.
Boom.
Second last question. If you had one guilty pleasure when it comes to a TV show, what is it? What's a TV show you watch that's your guilty pleasure?
I'm not so much of a TV guy.
No, yeah.
I'm only on the paying platform watching different shows, but I'm not like hooked to anything.
Cool. Yeah. Okay. If you are stranded on an island, what 3 drivers would you have with you?
Oh wow. Okay, that's a cool one. I'll take Scott McLaughlin.
Okay.
Kyle Kirkwood.
Okay.
Yeah.
And probably Charles Leclerc.
Okay.
That'd be fun. That should be a podcast.
Yeah. One episode drop.
Incredible. Well, thanks so much for your time.
you.
Really
My
appreciate it,
pleasure.
everyone. Thank you.